Welcome all the HODs, lecturers, principals, teaching fraternity all over Maharashtra. I welcome for this session and I request you all to be with me for the next 1.5 hours with a very open mind. Please forget your experience and your degrees and be feel as a very young chap, and we will have a very nice session. I will be sharing you with my own hands-on experiences. So far you have in this pandemic attended so many sessions already. You are now charged with various video creation tools. So I will be sharing a brief of all the things, and hope that these various points I will be making will give you some insight in the video creation, and it will give you some more enthusiasm for the video creation. So the objectives of today's webinar would be to make you aware about the importance of educational video creation. We will discuss some of the hardware and softwares required for this video creation. I will also be giving a demonstration about the video recording and editing using one of the softwares. Then I will also explain about PowerPoint presentation applications importance in the video creation, and in the end we will be discussing the various do's and don'ts regarding the video creation. So friend, in the 21st century the information and media technology is taking a big shape apart from the life career skills and learning skills. Now I will be presenting my session in the black background. I wanted to have an experiment here. What happens if you have got a white background and a black background? So I have got two slides. One is white background and this one is the black background. So I feel that this black background is more comfortable to the eyes, and the white background glares to the eyes, and after some time the fatigue would be there to the viewer, also the students. That's why the next part would be covered with the black background. The fourth generation student needs are disciplinary knowledge. He should be a skilled communicator, he should think out of box, should be a problem solver, he should have sense of inquiry. So many things he needed, and the characteristic of the students are that he is a tech savvy and he is impressed or rather addicted by the social media, and he has got a lot of lack of attention. He is confused, he is distracted due to the so many technologies available to the students. Now the teacher skills needed for the 21st generation or the fourth generation education is that he is a planner of the 21st century, he is a resource provider, he is a digital instructor, he is a technology lover, lifelong digital learner, and genuine predictor. So you can see that the three major things, they belong to the digital era, technology, digital. So he have to work with the softwares, digital presentations, delivery, content preparations. Now there are a number of challenges as everybody experienced in the last 3-4 months, that we have got poor internet connection, poor electricity, poor people, we have got poor computer literacy also. The physical student interaction is missing in the online education. Even the teachers are not motivated. Teamwork is not possible in the online education as the students are sitting apart from each other. Empathy is missing, and the timely support to the student is not possible in case of the online education. These are the various problems we are facing with the online education, but still we have to continue the old because the student now is very much tech savvy, and we cannot keep him seated at home in the pandemic. The education today is a student driven education. The attitude change in the teacher is now more important. The students are prepared for new technology, but the teachers are not prepared, as the scene we are observing. Now friends, even the Google Assistant and the Alexa can teach and demonstrate and do the practical sessions. This is the height of technology. There is, though we say that the technology cannot replace the teacher, but you don't know what technology can do. It has done miracles, it can do so many things which we have not imagined just a few years ago. So we have to be prepared for the technology based teaching. The digital content creation consists of lecture notes, PPTs, videos, quizzes, question banks. Out of that, the educational videos are most creative things, and they require a lot of efforts also, and that they are now getting very important with the era of 4G and YouTube. The video lectures are of two types. One can be online or offline. You already know, I was just briefing about this thing for in 2-3 minutes. For online or synchronous education, we use Zoom, GeoMeet, WebEx, and so on. The telecast is done directly to the students. Net availability is a problem. It is uncertain many times. Networking issues are there, and the instant interaction is possible. As now we are doing this session, we are now online, synchronous. We can have interaction. The other mode is offline, where we record the videos and then upload on the server or Google Drive or on the Moodle maybe, or YouTube, which is the most important repository. The links are then sent to the students using the social media or classroom or any method, maybe WhatsApp also. Then the students can watch at their own time, own pace. Video can be paused, replaced so as to understand the topic. But here the instant interaction is not possible. So video creation is very important being a 4G teacher, because video is a digital asset. Your presence on the web is becoming now very important. As a global teacher, we are not limited to the classroom, but we have to open ourselves. So it's a contribution. Video creation is a contribution, like a book chapter. And for the young teacher, I would like to say that when you change your job or go for some interviews, then whether you are tech savvy or not, that is seen. So how can you prove that? It is with the help of the video creation. It's a noble contribution. And when you have the videos and uploaded on the various platforms like YouTube, then the data analytics is very, very powerful. It's very excellent. You can see in the real time the various views, how, from where they are seen, what is the age group, what is the average watch time by the students. Number of things can be monitored, analyzed with the help of the analytics available in the YouTube or other softwares. So video content creation is getting much more important nowadays. So we should consider video creating as a hobby. Though it is not easy, it needs to spend some time, and we have to work hard for video creation. It's like making a movie. It's like a person in the multi roles, like script writer, producer, director, actor, editor, distributor. So many roles to be played by one person. That's why it's getting much difficult. Unless we are happy with it, unless we make it as a hobby, then it becomes very difficult. If you are forced, it becomes very difficult. So we should not hesitate to spend some time and money on this educational tools to have in this hobby. We already have personal computer, or we can have smartphone. So being a modern teacher, we have to have the laptop. As in the conventional days, we used to have the pen, but now we must have a tab with it. So a pen tab is very important for the current day education, so that we can write on the computer screen. But people fear. Still we have a lot of hesitation in creating the videos because of so many factors. One is the camera fear. We may think that the people will laugh at me. I am not sure what the people will think. I may feel that I may fumble, or I may not talk properly in English, my fluency is not good. I may forget in the video creation. I may feel nervous. I am not good in the body language. So people will laugh at me. They will compare with the standard videos. So there are a number of hesitations that are in my mind, and that's why I hesitate to either create the videos, or if I create the videos, to upload on the social media or on the YouTube. One more thing is that it is very difficult to adopt the technology at a later age. After maybe say 40 or 50, the things becomes very somewhat difficult to handle the technology, and that is one of the reason maybe that some people avoid this. But the solutions are there. The first thing is that we must have a positive mindset. We should stop comparing with the perfect videos. Every time you do something, there is some person somewhere who is doing better than you. That doesn't mean that you should not do anything. So what you can do, just you can imagine that you are explaining to your younger brother or a child or a best friend, and then the camera fear would be gone. So what I have done, near my laptop webcam, I have sticked the photograph of my son, and now I am talking to my son only, and then I am not getting any fear, a sense of fear, though I know that I am not talking with the 30-40 persons. I am in the webinar, but continuously I am watching my son. That's why my fear automatically goes. So it is one of the trick that you can also adapt. Just stick a photograph and then you can talk, and by practice then the habit will be there and you won't affect with the camera. So camera is not fear, it's your own fear. You can watch your recorded videos and you can edit it, see for the improvement. Also you can watch similar videos available on the YouTube and you can compare with them, you can adapt some good point with them, so that you would be improving day by day. So we have to enjoy the technology. Now for video creation, what are the things needed? What are the various basic software needed? So first thing that I am presenting now, what I am presenting is the PowerPoint presentation. So learning PowerPoint presentation is very important. We have to learn PowerPoint very religiously. PowerPoint software has gone tremendously advanced, and now it has got tremendous facilities. We can make the video out of it. We can record the video with the PowerPoint also. So we can have animation, we can have design. So many things are possible with the help of PowerPoint, and it is with everybody. Once I have got the computer in my MS Office, I have PowerPoint and I can use. This is the most simple method to make the videos. It has got interesting animations. Also we should know Word, Excel, OneNote. This OneNote is a software specifically designed for teachers, but unfortunately teachers have not used it anyhow. But now the days are come where we have to study OneNote also. In the OneNote you can open Excel and you can open PPTs also, and you can teach the students, and you can even keep the record of that, track of that. So number of things are there. Also we should know some Google tools. Now we are presenting this webinar on what? Google tools. It is a Google Meet. We are using Google Chrome. We are using Gmail. We also have to use Google Classroom. So these things are to be understood by the teacher, so that they are taking the meeting on the Google. We will be giving you certificates using the Google only. So everything is available. So Google tools are very important for the modern education. To play with the technology and master it. Also YouTube. YouTube is flooded with the video creation ideas. Watch them. I am now presenting before you something. Now from where I got this? I got everything from the YouTube. I got everything from the YouTube videos. So anybody can watch, and YouTube is the biggest university, friends. You can learn video recording in editing softwares. I will be giving some demonstration of video recording and editing also after some time. My aim is basically to do that. YouTube can also teach you the videos for recording. I basically don't need to to teach you anything about recording and editing. My aim is basically to make you aware about video creation and give you certain tips what to do and what not to do. About the technology, about the tools, they are all available, and their working is also available on the YouTube. Only one thing that is needed is to go through it, watch them, enjoy them. That's all. Also, you should not hesitate to purchase some basic hardware and software, as now we are in this profession for lifelong. Once we purchase, then it will be for lifelong. So I have purchased my pen tab. So it is with me all the time. I have my mic, that's it. I have some software, finished. So some of the things are to be needed that should be purchased by us as a part of hobby, or not then as a part of our profession. As any professional has got its own set of instruments, we should have our set of instruments. Now we see what are the basic hardwares needed for video creation. There are very common hardwares. Smartphone or laptop, already you have. The smartphone nowadays has got its inbuilt recorder also. Maybe may not be knowing, even I was not aware of this. The smartphone nowadays has got their own screen recorder. You don't need to install any another recorder. At least my Samsung has got my own recorder. So, but I was not aware of this. I was trying for other recorder softwares, and I have installed them also. But after that, I came to know that my handset already have got the screen recorder. So friends, already we have got so many tools available with us which we are not aware. So we have to know about them, ask about them, and if you know, you have to share to other friends so that he also would be knowing about the things. Then what we need is a mic. So mic already we have. This headphone already everybody just have when you purchase your smartphone. You can also have some good quality mic if you spend some money. So this Boya M1 mic you will come to know everywhere in India. All the professional YouTube creators use Boya M1 mic, costing around rupees 1500. I am also presenting my webinar on this Boya M1 mic. You can purchase any mic, or if not, you have got your own mic which is enough to do the recording in the beginning. You can have a tripod. Tripod comes from rupees 500 to 2000. Then even in the colleges you have got survey stand. This also can be used for fitting your camera if nothing is possible in the colleges. You can have some stand which would be used to fix your mobile phone, and then you can record. Even you can do a lot of jugaad. Here in my tripod I have fitted the mobile camera, and on the paper I can write something and record, and I can make the video. So there are a number of things possible with your own Indian jugaad technology. Then what you need is a pen tab. Even without pen tab you can work, but if pen tab is there, it makes you more comfortable. You can write something. We the teachers are always having a habit of writing on the whiteboard or the blackboard. So writing makes us more comfortable. So if you write on the tab, then the thing will be more comfortable. Even the teacher, the students also feel more comfortable if they find something is written. So there are a number of companies like Wacom or Wake and many more companies. So they cost generally from 5,000 to 15,000 rupees. I have purchased one with rupees 6800. So we don't need to have very high quality pen tab, but a moderate pen tab should be there. Then your laptop may be having a webcam. If it is not good quality, you can purchase another good quality webcam. And I will suggest you can also insist your principals in the office, in the colleges, to purchase some of these things so that it will be available in the colleges for comfortable recordings. This is a small jugaad sent to me by Dr. Nitin Fatwar sir before 2 days. Somebody used a simple glass. This is a simple glass kept over the top of the monitor and the CPU, and over that a smartphone is kept facing the bottom. I will show you another picture. See, this is the jugaad. So here the paper is here. You can write something here, and the image comes direct on the computer screen, which that can be recorded. So simple softwares are used. One software for the mobile, one for the PC. They both interface each other, and then we can write here on the paper, and we can show on the computer. We can record, plus we can broadcast also. So online, offline, both things are possible without anything, without any simple one glass and one camera, and softwares available. This Droid Cam for smartphone and Droid Cam for PC is available free of cost. So you can use them, and you can go for screen recording, say even the paper recording. And after that, the paper can also be scanned and sent to the students for as a soft copy. So number of things are possible which you can do. Now after you do the video creation, you need to do the editing. Editing is also important. Till now our teacher community is comfortable with recording. We have come to the juncture where we started doing the recording, but video editing is still a issue. It is very cumbersome job. It is said to be a cumbersome job because it consumes a certain time. But friend, if you do the editing, the things become more attractive. What? It will improve the video quality, it will reduce the video size, the speed of the video can also become controlled. Some part can be made faster, some can be made slower in slow motion. We can retake number of times if I know that I am going to record after some time. Otherwise, if I fumble somewhere, then what I need to do? I have to restart from the whole beginning of the video. It is very difficult. So it is better if I have got a video editor, and there are some video editor which are free also, so you should use them. So if I know that I can edit afterwards, I am feeling more comfortable and confident that if I make any mistake, I can again repeat, I can take the record. See friends, even big stars like Amitabh Bachchan, they also do not give the shot in a single recording. Number of retakes are there in the movies. So this editing makes the miracle basically. After video, in the video editing, we can do a lot of things, like we can add transition, color corrections, we can add number of filters, number of things are possible. Also we can add additional medias, like we can add image, we can add some text, we can add voice over. I mean voice over means in fact what you say, this is dubbing of the video is known as voice over in the software language. Then we can add music, we can add some symbols like arrows, captions, we can add arrows, we can crop the videos, we can zoom the videos, we can edit any frame. Number of things are possible in the video editing. Like see, I have now had a cough, I had a problem. So now I am recording my video also. As I am giving the seminar, this webinar, my computer is also recording in the back end, this all the things that is going on. So now I have coughed. So this part should not be there in the final recording. So what I will do, after recording, after editing, I will remove all the unnecessary part and my video would be comfortable. So there are number of softwares needed for screen recorder, recording your software, recording your videos. So the biggest or the most comfortable way of making the videos is through your screens. So for that the software is there known as Screenomatic. This free one, having watermark, and it has a limitation of 15 minutes. Then we have another one also, we have got Bandicam, we have got A to Z recorder, we have number of recorder, we have got Flashback Express recorder. It is one of the best, it has no watermark and unlimited time recording. Flashback Express, very clear, the recording is also very clear, it has got its own marker. So number of good things can be done with the help of Flashback Express. Even there are number of softwares, but maybe they are Chinese, they are banned. So you have to check whether you are using the software is a banned version or not. So it is up to you. Then we have got OBS Studio, Open Broadcaster Software. It is one of the best software used worldwide, free of cost. It is open, professional software, free software, lot of features available. You can attach number of cameras also, number of input sources, output sources, and you can do tremendous thing in the video. I would be sharing YouTube video for use of this YouTube video. Now you need to have some video editors. So one of them is the Windows Movie Maker, which is as a part of your Windows. It has got very basic features. You can stitch, you can combine a number of videos there, but another are there much better than this. There are some app also. You may do the editing using the desktop or using the smartphone. In the smartphone the things are not that comfortable, young people can do that, but for mature people the desktop are better, laptops are better. So Video Maker is an app. OpenShot is also a very nice application. I will be discussing about this. OpenShot, it is a free software. So I will suggest you to go for OBS and OpenShot. Both are free and your every requirement is satisfied with these softwares, which are free softwares. Then we can have some paid softwares like Filmora. I have Filmora. I will be giving a demonstration on Filmora. So it is costing around 5,500 lifetime. Once you purchase, then this software has got the screen recorder as well as recorder. The video editors they also have got the recorders. So once you have got some, the paid versions have got some better facilities, some comfortable front end, so the working is easy. Then some more are there. Camtasia is there, then KineMaster is there. You might have seen some videos on the top side there is some watermark written as KineMaster. This Camtasia and KineMasters are very popular among the video creator community. Active Presenter is also one of the software, has got a free version as well as a paid version, and the most advanced, which is used by the professional video creators and the wedding photographers. When they give you the CD of your wedding or any function, they use the Adobe Premiere. It is expensive, you don't need to use it. For us in the beginning, this even the Flashback Express or OBS Studio rather is better for video recorder, screen recorder, and the OpenShot for the video editor. They are much enough for any teacher in the beginning. If you want to have some more fun or some more serious work, then you can go for these softwares. So now I will be giving you a small demonstration of the video recording and video editing. So I am already recording my video, so I will stop that first and then I will do. So if I press F9, starts. So let us record something. In fact, recording already started. So say I start from my first screen again. So say I just say, welcome to the webinar. The topic of today's webinar is this and this. The objectives are this and this, and at the end of the seminar you would be in a position to make your own videos and create the videos, edit the videos, and also you would be in a position to upload the video on the YouTube. You would be having a very fun experience after this webinar. Thank you. So this is my recording. So I stop now. So I press F. Okay. So we were here in the screen recording. So till now we have seen what are the various problem solutions, screen recording software, editing software. We have done the editing. Now we will see actual elements of the video editing. So friends, the most important element of the video making is the confidence. Once you are comfortable, once you feel like I want to make video, that's enough. The next thing is the structure, which is known to you. This structure is already known to you because you are a teacher, you have the habit of teaching, so no any issue regarding the structure. And then the strategy. Strategy means what type of video I want to create. So before that, I will just for continuity I will tell you what should be the content in the video. Content generally as per MSBT pattern or any other college pattern, you can discuss with them and you can make the video. So the video slide would be having, the first slide would be having a topic, subtopic, and some image, your photograph, maybe your name, affiliation, your email, contact numbers. This you can add with attractive fonts and all. Then it can have objective, outcomes, description, and summary. Then I can also give some assignments or questions. And I feel this should be the part at the end of the video, you should appeal the student to ask any queries in the comment section. If you are uploading on the YouTube, then there would be a comment section in the YouTube. There they can comment. If you are having classroom, then they can ask in the video, that Google Classroom software. So if you ask them for some comments and some queries, then that will create a rapport, that will create a contact between the student and the teacher. So that is important. Now types of educational videos. The very first and the foremost as the screen recorded videos, as I am doing now, as I am recording, is a screen recorded video using PPT or some simulation software, or for some softwares, say you are teaching some software courses, there these things are very, very say comfortable. So this type of recording needs the PowerPoint presentation. You can have a black or white board. Like I am doing the presentation on the blackboard, you can see my background is black. So you can say blackboard. If the background is white, you can say whiteboard. Then such videos are very, very clear. Now you can see the video. Whatever you see in the screen, same thing is recorded. So you don't need anything like lighting and focus and all, which is expensive. You need to manage them, you need to have more power, and also that makes you more hot when you record. So not needed. One can sit very comfortably on their chair, and even you don't need any formal dress if you are not recording your own face. It needs a screen recorder like OBS Studio or Flash Express I have discussed in the beginning. I will suggest you to avoid the recorders which has got some watermarks, because after 1 year, 2 years, you will feel like that I had made a mistake. I should have made some better professional videos. So there are professional editors which are not having watermarks. So use that watermark-less video recorders. Now, a very important thing about the PPT based presentation, I want to very strongly suggest. I have made this PPT only because of that. See, we people make a very big mistake. What the mistake is, when you start any PPT, we do not think about the dimension of the slide. It is by default decided by the PowerPoint presentation software. But till PPT 2010, the standards were 4:3. After next versions in 2013, the standard became 16:9. Nowadays, all the smart TVs, your monitors, your smartphones, their screen size is having dimension 16:3. And if you make the PPT by default in 4:3, then this is the output, that your some part of your screen, this part is turning black. This both the parts, you can observe such things when you play the videos, that the screen is not played fully, but some part is left blank and it cannot be used by the video. Rather, if you choose 16:9, then the extra part which is now here, that can be used for another information, or you can make your fonts better, bigger, so that the video can be watched on the smartphone. It is a very important tip, but please, I have seen many friends which have made very good videos, but their videos are smaller because they have not taken into consideration the size. So how can you change your slide dimension? Just go to design option, there you will get a setup. You can select the dimension as 16:3, and that's all. Everything would be set and your videos will be much better. Now when you present the video, there are a number of features, like I am using a pen here and I can delete my marking. I have made the marking. If I press simple button, everything will go. So these small tips are very important. And here you can see the menu that activates when you are presenting the presentation. There are number of things available. There is a pen here, there is a pen here, there is laser pointer here, highlighter there, eraser there, and for these things you can even choose the color of the pen, and for these things there are very small shortcuts, short keys. What are the short keys? They can be found out by just pressing F1. I am pressing on F1. If I press F1, you will get a menu, and you can see it here. What is the menu? And you can study the menu, and there are number of things, number of menus are there which you can use. So here are the menu for ink and laser pointer. If I say Control P, Control P means change the pointer to pen. Control I means change pointer to highlighter. Control E is eraser. Say I am doing something, say I am writing something and I am erasing it. What I do? Simple press E, so it will erase it. I want to have a laser, so I press Control P, Control L, and the laser comes in. I can point somewhere, I can discuss something. I want to write something, that time I can press Control P and pen comes out and the pen would be there. If I use a pen tab, then I can write properly. If I don't have pen tab, then even with the mouse also I can write, but then the writing is not very proper, not very smooth control over the pen. That's why the pen tab is used. Otherwise, even you can do these things with the pen also, right? So now I want to erase something, so I can press E, everything will be erased. If I want to erase only some part, then I can have eraser. If I press Control E, then eraser comes in, and now I can erase whatever I want, and I can keep whatever I don't want. So these things are very fantastic, which are generally not used by our friends, I want you to use the features of PowerPoint presentation to the large extent. One more thing is there. Here you can see this is the shorter menu. You can go to any of the video, any of the slides wherever you want to go anytime just by pressing that menu here, and then touch any slide, you will come here. So here is the slide sorter. Now you can see here my slides are very small. The data here is very small. I cannot read, you cannot read. So in that case there is a lens here. So here is a lens. If I touch the lens, and then I can start the lens also. So now I can move my presentation anywhere, and you can see it somewhat better. Now I can read it better. So if you want to zoom your screen in the presentation anytime, then you can use the PowerPoint also. If you want to come back, then escape, then you come back to the normal. Now I want to remove these things, so I will press E. One more thing is there, very fantastic. If you just press B, then the screen goes blank. If you want to talk to the students, you are in the presentation and you want to write something on the screen, but there is a data on the screen. So what you can do, just press B and you can discuss with the students, or if you want, you can even write something here. If I press B again or any other key, the screen come back. So if I press B, the screen goes. If I press B or any other key, it comes back. Now when the screen is blank, I can write something here. Just a minute. I will set my first pen. Now I press B. Now it is the blank screen, and I can now write something. So I can write x square plus y square is equal to 15. So I can now use the screen as a whiteboard or a blackboard. If your screen is black, if you are writing, say if you are using the black area of the presentation, you can use this. Suppose you are presenting on a whiteboard, that time what you can do, press white. So press W. If you press W, then the white screen comes, and now I can write anything here. And I want to come back to the screen, again press any other key, and you are on the back screen. So these are very fantastic things available in the PowerPoint presentation. Plus PowerPoint presentation has a lot of other features by which you can make your PPTs very attractive. So for that you have to study PPT software very religiously, as I said in the very beginning. Plus it has got a lot of, this is the transition, this is a design. I can have any type of colors, I can have animation, formatting, I can have smart text. Whatever I am doing here, I have just use smart text. Just you type something, apply smart text, and the text would be very decent one, colorful. You can have very nice background, you can have very nice designs, so you can have a lot of formatting, smart text, you can have good transitions. So these are all things available in the PowerPoint presentation. It is not any magic I am doing, it is a simple thing. I am not doing anything, but it is a part of your PowerPoint presentation. That's why I again and again say that PowerPoint presentation is very important nowadays for a modern teacher. Now this is what is the transition. Now this is one more thing I want to tell you. This is not part of presentation, but I will say this is the type of, you can say if I press something, a menu comes. If I press again, the menu goes. If I want to discuss something, I will bring it. I will want to hide that, I will just touch it. So I can do anything. Number of, this is called animation basically, context based, trigger based animation. So this is very much possible in the PPTs. You can also have a lot of graphics, like this is a pie chart. So you can want to present this way. So very nicely presentation are possible with the help of the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so I have discussed more about the PowerPoint presentation because it is very much needed. Other type of videos creations are by the whiteboard. You just write on the whiteboard here, and there would be camera recording it. So for this we need a good quality camera and some good quality mic also, because we are somewhat away from the mic, and you may need assistant to record, because you need to verify what is recorded by the camera. Or this is the jugaad, you can see, by some class teacher using the hanger for hanging the smartphone and doing the recording. These are the things going on in the classes nowadays. The people are very smart, the teachers are very smart. Only thing that needed is our enthusiasm. Otherwise everything, this recording is not rocket science, friends, simple thing. we are teachers and we can teach a lot of technology. So what is about this video creation? It is a very small thing. These type of videos are liked by the students because they have got the habit of studying on the board for so much of time. Next part is the video by the camera, under the camera, you can say under camera, like this. Camera is on the top, I am using a paper writing, and then I will get such output. So here a camera is mounted on some jugaad. This is a smart tripod I had, so I have fixed a mobile holder here and I have focused it on the paper. Camera recorder started, I am sitting here and I am writing somewhere, and this is the output of this. The best part of this is that only paper is recorded, nothing else is recorded. So what you dress up, how you look is not important. Lighting is not needed. The notes can be kept here, you can read from the notes, refer the note, and you can talk. Moreover, this camera has got its own flash. You can keep the flash on while recording video, then no additional lighting is needed. So the clarity is there always. So it is a very good way of making the videos. Notes can be referred. It is also liked by the students. In rural areas the coaching is done by this method only. Of course the editing is needed. Now almost we are in the last part of our session. We have last 20 minutes. I will just take some tips. So you can compare these two copies I have with me. This is a plain copy which I like. This is a colorful copy which the student like. Now student is the focus. We have to be student centered. So whatever is liked by a student, that is to be done. What we generally do, I do what I like. But see, I am a presenter. I have to talk to the audience. So I have to talk in the way the audience will be attracted or liking. So I had to use the methods which are liked by the students. See, these are the two transparencies I have got. This is one slide, first slide of title. This is another one. Very plain, very decent, very simple. I like it, but whether the student will like it, I don't think. So this is better for the students. So we should have some colorful presentations, not the black and white presentations. The student teacher paradox, the teacher is very serious, very sober, not colorful, black and white. But the students are colorful. For them the world is very colorful. They are young and dynamic, enthusiastic, jolly, techno savvy. So for them we need to have the colorful presentations. So we will have some tips for this video creations. You are master of your subject. Now you know how to use video editor, video recorder. These are not rocket sciences. Video editor, video creation. For that I will upload ready-made videos which are available on the YouTube. Very good videos are available which you can just go through, pause them and work as they are depicting, and you will be master in that. But what you need to know, what nobody will tell you, is the tips. So we will see some tips of video creation. In the video creation we have to keep a long term vision. Don't make it a short term, that I want to teach to my student of odd semester 2020 and the video would be gone. No, video would be forever. It would be on the YouTube. You may or may not be there, but your video would be there. That's why you would be a global teacher. And in that order, make your own channel, make your own brand, upload the videos with the long term vision. One more thing is that the technology education videos are watched by needy students, engineering student maybe. So they will be watching, nobody other will be watching. So don't feel lose heart if the views are less. There won't be many views, maybe 50, 100, 200, 500. That's all. But that doesn't mean that you should not make the videos. Next year again somebody will be watching. After that somebody else will be watching. Use the light or white background in dark colored text, or vice versa. I am using a vice versa method. The background is black and the foreground is yellow or white. So you can choose your comfortable. I am doing this because I feel that the students are watching the videos continuously for a lot of time nowadays. The parents are complaining that their eyes are getting tired, they feel fatigued after some time. Even the video smartphones are very small, I have to concentrate for more time. So if I use a white background, the eyes get tired very soon. Even the smartphone battery also gets down, discharge, if the background is white, because more white means more light is going. So I prefer white and black. So you can think for your own. You have to use proper size, shapes, fonts, colors in your slides. Proper spacing is needed between the two paragraphs, otherwise it will be very confusing. The font size must be minimum 24. The font size of any character must be minimum 24, otherwise it will not be visible to the students, maybe in the smartphone or maybe in the actual presentation on the projector. So you have to take into consideration these things. Do not have too much of information in a single slide. You can have number of slides increased. Learn PPT and use a suitable animation and design. They are very important. Plain videos are boring. Then you can use a snipping tool. Snipping tool is what? Available in the Windows for cutting or cropping any image wherever it is, and you can paste it anywhere in your PPTs, in your Word document. This is a very nice tool. You can the print screen button in the desktop or laptop, it will get the image of whole the screen, but if you want to have some selective part, then you can go for the this snipping tool. Proper bullets are needed. They are the bullets. Automatic, in fact they come automatic in the PowerPoint presentation if you choose the proper slide background and slide slide designs, they come automatically. You can use audio, music, animation, transition to make the video interesting. See, we are making video, not the PPT, right? Though I am presenting for video through PPT, though you are presenting through PPT, but you are making a video, so a video should look like a video. So there is no harm in adding a music, animation, transition. They will make it attractive. You can watch the MSBT prepared videos. Last time they have made many videos, so they have got lot of music also. Even voice is more there. I don't prefer more high tone of music, but background there can be small music. You can have it. Now when you make the video, record the video. If you say live, today I was live, so I can start with good afternoon. But if the video is recorded and if I say good afternoon, the video can be watched by somebody in the morning or in the night, then the good morning would not be proper. So you should not say good morning or good evening. Better to say hi or hello in the recorded videos. This is so simple but very important. Use the image and animation on each slide of the PPT. Don't make simple text videos. They are not liked by the students. Students are already distracted. They cannot keep attention for a long time. If there is some animation, there is a chance that the student would be watching your videos. Otherwise, they won't watch the videos. There are a lot of videos available on the net better than your videos, right? So we are having a competition with the global videos. So we have to prepare for that. That's why we have to keep in mind about these things. You can watch some videos about what you are making. You may get some points, some tips which you can adapt in your videos, and you can also get some points which you will be avoiding in your videos. Now next, making PPT for video is a bit different than a PPT for presentation. See, video is a video, presentation is a presentation. Both are different things. Videos are made for later dates, presentation is online, right? So in the video, that should look like a video, so you have to do something to make it a video. So do not use some very standard themes of PowerPoint presentation like this. Like I have used this theme. This theme is a very standard theme of the PowerPoint presentation. Some people use such themes on every slide, so that looks like a PPT. One more thing is there, that the background part design of this and the text would be same color many times, and it will not be visible to the students. So these things do not add to the videos. Better you add some relevant images whenever needed. These things is not adding anything, right? So please avoid such thing. Better use some diagrams, tables, animate them, but these things for every slide will not look good in the videos. Don't show all information on slide at once. It's very important. Every time you can see we make PPTs, but we follow a very standard method and we put every information at the same time. Like here, for example, if I do this everything here, this is the slide full of text. If I put all the information at the same time, you will not understand where I had to focus. If I don't have a pen, then it will be again difficult. So if I have the pen, then I can point somewhere like watch here, watch here, watch here. Why to do that? You can have small animation like this. What I did, I made a small animation. So whatever is the current point, it is made brighter. When I press next point, what happens? Next point becomes brighter and the previous point becomes somewhat dim, so that the student will focus on the current point only, and the remaining part here is blank. So here I can write something, I can explain it, and when my work is over, I can place some simple E and it would be erased, and now I can press the button to have another point. So in that way, though the information is very much high in a single slide, but it is coming step by step, so the student will not feel that the slide is crowded, right? So this way you can make small animation and present the PPT step by step. Then you should not give the page number on the video created through PPT, because page number is what? It is to inform that so many pages are done, so many pages are remaining. In the videos there is a timeline, so the student can find out how much time is left. So there is no need of any page numbers. Have you seen any movie having a page number? No. So why your video will have the page numbers? No page numbers needed. Even you should not show the time and date of the PPT, because why? Because after 2 months, 3 months, the time would be remaining the same. It won't change, and the video will look like older one. That's why you please do not show the page number and the time and date on the PPT if you are making your PPT for video creation. We are focusing on the video creation. On the other time, it's okay, you decide as per your requirement. So this is thing. Some more things, we have to speak in excitation, energy, passion. We have to add humor when possible. We teachers tend to be very monotonous and we don't have a habit of camera, and so we again become more serious. On the YouTube, number of thousands of videos are available and they present the videos in a very exciting manner. So if I present in a very monotonous way, then the chances are that people will not watch my videos. So try to have some excitation, add some humor. Don't feel uncomfortable if you are adding some humor. Don't limit yourself to the college student. Your videos should be global. It may be that your student will not your videos, but others will watch your videos. So make it a global video. Make the title slide, others also you can do, but title slide at least should be colorful with short but significant and bold title. You can add some suitable image of the topic. You can add also image of your photo. You can also add you should add your name, email. This should be there so that the people will know who is presenting, what is the topic, what is the relevance, how to contact. So we have to market ourselves, we have to be global. We should not talk in the local language when you are preparing the videos. If you are talking in English, then speak in English, right? So that the person, you are a global person, if your videos will be say watched anywhere from maybe America, England, anywhere, in that case the Marathi or Hindi will not work, it will distract the student. So better avoid, even if you have talked sometime to emphasize in Hindi, then in the editing you can remove that part. So take care of these things. Communication skills should be improved now, because videos would be global, they can be watched by anybody anytime, your teachers, colleagues, your headmaster, your principal, your director, or anybody can watch anytime. So that will make an image about the teacher, how it is. That's why our communication skill is very important in the technology media. So we have to think out of box for videos. Don't follow the unconventional rules. The conventional rules are designed by senior people, right? So some of the rules may be outdated now, they may not work. So we have to make our own rules. We have to think out of box. The taste of young student is different. They like movies, excitement, music. That's why if you may never have heard from the TTTR people that add a music to that, but you have seen that in the MSBT created videos there is a music. So now the things are changing, rules are changing. Then reverse mentoring is important. Reverse mentoring means the young person is mentoring the old person. Generally mentors are senior and the students are junior, but now in the video creation young people have got more enthusiasm, they can handle technology better, so they are learned in case of the video creation and editing. So you can, there is no any harm if you take help of them, learn from youngsters. So lifelong learning, though I am 50, though you may be more than me in age, but lifelong learning, I am now studying PPT at this age, which I was already studying before 20 years, but we have to do that because the features are changing. So we have to use the technology media. The last screen, again very important, keep in mind that the text used in your PPT is readable on smartphone, because the video is seen by student, majority by the students, and they have got the smartphones, not the desktop or laptops. So the smartphone is very small. So there, how would your PPT look like? So what we can do, see what I do, what I did, I made the PPT and I started a Google Meet with my smartphone. I presented on the desktop and I watched on the smartphone. If I feel that it is readable on the smartphone, then okay, otherwise you can increase the font size in your desktop. That is the best test whether your video would be visible or not. So this you can do. Even you can record your videos, as I am doing now. I am presenting the webinar and I am recording my webinar. Now after my recording is over, my video is ready. I will just edit it and upload it. So after 3-4 days you will find my video available on the YouTube. So this is what you can do with the technology. Now once we have done the videos, we have to upload on the YouTube. So YouTube is the YouTube or any other place. So YouTube is the best place to upload. So I upload on the YouTube. So again there are some issues. Some of my friends said, sir, if I upload on the YouTube and if I get some money, then how government will look like, how to manage this taxes and all. So friend, our videos are not monetized. We do not earn much money out of that, and even if a lucky person gets some money out of the videos, then you can very well tell the government and you can have a proper sharing of the videos. 70% you can take, 30% government can take, and you can pay the taxes. There is no issue. You can generate the IRG through the videos. Fortunately, if possible, you can do. I don't feel any of us would be so popular that the videos would be earning money. It doesn't happen. And upload the videos in HD. You can create HD, full HD videos. Uploading is not an issue now. You can make the videos, go to the college. College has got 50, 100 Mbps speed. Now we have got 4G, 5G. So uploading is not an issue. You can upload a 2.5. I have uploaded a 2.5 GB size video in 20 minutes on my college network. So no issues. You can do that. Even the low resolution videos are not liked by the students because they want a clarity. They have the data, they can spend data. But if your videos are uploaded without quality, then after some time nobody is going to watch them because it is not visible. So now speak at a natural pace. No need to be very slow or very fast. Viewer can adjust playback speed. There are a number of features in the YouTube and other video playback system. The video can be made faster, they can be made slow as per the liking of the videos. I have seen many students, they are playing the videos at 1.5 times speed. Why? Why? Because the videos are slow. The professor speaks very slow. The student gets bored. He don't have time. So what he does? He will increase the speed and play the video. So don't try to be very slow or very fast. So be at your natural. We can do that corrections in the editing phase. We should know, learn YouTube settings, how to provide title, description, tags, hashtags, end screens, I buttons. They are also very important. See friends, there are three things. Like in the cooking, we have got what? First prepare the food. Then what? Garnish the food. Then third what? Deliver or present the thing. Same in the video. Making the video means preparing the food. Editing the video means garnishing the food dish. And presenting the video, that is what? Uploading on the YouTube. If you upload properly with proper description, proper tags, hashtags, end screens, I buttons, then the visibility is more in the YouTube. YouTube is a ocean of the videos, and your video is a drop of water in the ocean. So if you want your drop should shine, then that drop should be colorful. For that, you should do some smart work. You have to add some description, tags, hashtag, end screens in the video. So there are these things. Even you can keep your comments on. Some people do not make the comments on. If you do not make the comments on, then how the audience will contact you or talk with you, right? If the comments are harmful, then you can of course delete anytime. You have got some softwares, you can edit your comments. I don't know whether you can see or not, so I will use a lens so that you can see. So say this is one of my video. So this is the description. I have to give a lot of descriptions. This is the hashtag, and I have also written here, you may be interested in some of the following videos. So I have given a link of the videos so that the student who is watching my video will get some chance to find another videos if possible. Then this description, also we can have tags. What is the tag? Tag is basically a keyword through which the audience or the viewer checks your video. He will search your video. In the search, whatever possible searches are possible. In what way the student is going to search your video, all that things should be typed in the tag part of your videos in the YouTube, so that the maximum tags are available. We can have at the most 500 words, characters we can write in the tags. 5,000 word can be written in the description. So use this place for your marketing. Then you can also have end screens. You can have end screens. I will show you the end screen. So this is the end screen. At the end of the video, you might have seen sometime that there are some 3-4 videos coming in, which you click, then they start operating. They are known as the end screen. So if you have got more videos, then you can add some of your next videos to the first video in a series. So that makes the videos more viewable. This is called end screen. Also the fourth part that you have are the I buttons. Sometime you might have seen that somebody says, if you want to know more about this, then you can see my videos, click on the I button. So what is I button? On the video, sometime you see suggested name comes here and the I button comes here. So in the YouTube video, we can have 4 end screens, and we can have 5 I buttons. So 9 videos can be marketed through one video. Link can be given through one video. So these things are all possible with the help of YouTube. If you do this, then there are chances that videos will be watched by more people. Then the thing comes out, sir, how can I do this? When should I do this? So you can do first uploading. In the free time, then you can add these more things. These are some of the videos. My aim was to show the thumbnails. What is thumbnail? Thumbnail is a image marketing your video. Thumbnail is an image coming on the screen of the viewer when he searches some videos. You might have seen attractive videos or PPTs with big names, colors. What is that? That is a special image uploaded on the YouTube which will depict what is there in your YouTube. So the image should be very attractive so that the viewer should be compelled, attracted to click on your video. Otherwise, there are number of videos available on the YouTube nearby your video, so that would be watched. So it is very important that the video thumbnail should be very attractive. For this, you can use again PowerPoint presentation to convert your slide, first title slide, into an image. And last but not the least, it is very important to appeal the student to like, share, comment and subscribe. It is a very difficult part. How a teacher can ask a student to like my video, share my video, comment my video, subscribe to my channel. But friend, this is the era of marketing. You might have seen all the videos in the very big YouTube creators and the videos. They always say, in the very beginning, say like, share, comment, subscribe my videos. Because more like, more the chances of the algorithm to show your video to the other persons. Comments, one comment is equal to 1,000 likes. That's why I will appeal through this webinar to all my teacher friends. If you see your friend's video, please like it, please comment it. You should have a habit to encourage your friends. Unless you encourage, how you will get it? Don't you think that your video should be watched by your friends and they should comment upon that, like them, share them? If you want that, then you should also reflect the same thing, right? So don't hesitate to like your friend's video, share it and comment it, the videos. It's important. The last, there are some applications how you manage the YouTube videos. YouTube Studio is a application in the smartphone by which you can edit your videos. You can remove your comment, you can add your tags, you can modify the description. You can do it anytime, sitting anywhere through your application. So it's a very interesting application, and also it shows you all the statistics, all the analytics available for your videos. How many people have watched, when they have watched, how many subscribed, when they have joined, how many likes, how many comments, and you can reply to the comments to the YouTube video. One more is there, a tag you application is there. It's also very interesting applications. After you make your videos, it is very difficult how to give the tags. For example, they are the tags. So from where you get the tags? How many tags to be typed? What are the various ways and means to make the tags? You don't remember how to give tags, how many tags to be given, what are the various alternative tags to be given. So this is a very beautiful software application. What it does, you just go to any video which is a popular video of your area, similar to your video, then you can go to the video and at the bottom there is given share it, and share. So you can share on the WhatsApp, on Facebook. So don't do that. You have to, there is one more thing, share link or copy link. So touch on that and then come to the tag you application. There is a icon there. You can paste this link of that video which is popular, and when you press enter in the software, what will happen? This tag you application brings all the tags of that popular video to your phone. Otherwise, there is no any method to copy the tags of another videos. You can see the description of the videos, other videos, but you cannot see the tag of the other videos. So this is the method how to get the tags from another popular video. Now once you get the tag your application, what you can do? Again there is a icon here to copy the tags, and then what you can do? You can copy the tags and send yourself the email, and from email you can open the email, copy the email and paste in your YouTube Studio tag area, or directly you can copy from the tag you and open YouTube Studio, open the specific video where you want to attach the tags. you go there and paste it. So this is one of the way how to get more and more possible relevant tags. Of course, you have to read it and remove those tags which are not relevant to you. So it is one of the way how you can make the visibility of your videos. PowerPoint presentation is also there to make the thumbnails. You can save any video as a JPG and the current slide would be saved as a JPG image. So it is very simple. So now the takeaways of the seminar or webinar: we have to be positive and open minded in order to create the videos. We have to take interest, we have to learn and play with the technology. There are number of tools available in the video recording, editing, presentation, YouTube and all. Number of apps are there. You have to keep in touch with the video creator community or teachers to learn and share the experience. That's why I have created a Telegram group where everybody is almost there. I would be sharing my experiences, you can share your experience, and together we can make a very nice YouTube creation activity. Reverse mentoring is important. Young people, your younger student, your younger brothers, they can help you in solving your small problems. So last but not the least, we have to unlock ourselves from our hesitations, from our old mindset, and come out of this, be enthusiastic, and we will go for very good video creations. Everybody is together now. We are out together on the our Telegram group also. So thank you very much for this patience listening. This seminar also taught me so many things to use the technology. Thank you very much.